The air cav in action. In an attempt to provoke a showdown with enemy forces, the US 1st Battalion of the famed 7th Cavalry was sent by helicopter to cut off North Vietnamese army units. Landings were made at X-Ray, and 2nd Platoon, Company B, was told to secure the area to the northwest. Okay. So, what exactly are we doing here? We have mortars and probably automatic artillery sections. Typical infantry squads. I'm guessing a few helicopters at least. I'm seeing a lot of squads being used passengers. Yeah. About 10 helicopters coupled by aircraft as support. Can't use them for some reason though. Are we defending something? No. There's a single victory hex. And that's it. Okay, this is gonna be horrible. Where are we? No, this is no good. Stability is great. I need something closer by to be able to act as spotters. There's no way. We have 8 turns, so we have a little bit of time. I think it's a good idea to let some artillery land there first. Just saying. This is probably just filled with all types of crap. We probably should shoot smoke here behind the victory hex as much as possible. Yeah, naturally there are going to be defenders here. The thing is, so what? Our problem is not necessarily the units located here. It's the support coming from all around. If we can isolate this with smoke, our problems, potential problems at least, will go away. Alright, we're going to start firing smoke already. Maybe I should add one serious section of smoke. Artillery section of smoke too. Right, let's go with that one. You don't have smoke. They have smoke. I'm gonna shoot. Okay, could you cancel that? Shoot smoke? Yeah. Since we have the helicopters, they're probably loaded with units. Yeah, we can certainly reach that within 8 turns. That's not the problem. Probably a lot of other problems, but that's not going to be it. Also, we're not going to move a goddamn square. Well, we have very good firing distance and a lot of units. These guys don't particularly have to move at all. Well, maybe some of them do. There's going to be basically a gigantic mass of infantry there somewhere. We need to stay in cover with the helicopters. But also within striking distance of anything interesting. We're going to try it with the regular infantry first, for the most part at least, then shove the helicopter group up their throats once we've weakened their resolve a little bit. Didn't expect them to make any moves for a while. Don't understand why I can't control the aircraft. Alright, so you can actually choose where the aircraft come from and where they'll leave. Huh. Which is nice. Still, only 8 turns, so we are gonna have to make some moves fairly quickly. It's retreating. It's not good enough, really. It's a rough environment. It's very hard to get a huge amount of casualties while the infantry squad is there. Okay, hopefully that's good enough. Ah, it's a meeting engagement. They're gonna rush our flag too. I did not realize that was gonna be the case. Do we have machine guns? These are horrible at assaulting something, but if we get them into position now, we might be able to do a lot of good with them. A helicopter cannot land here. These are unarmed helicopters, so we cannot rely them on the fighting. It will be catastrophic if we start to get a lot of casualties with them. Right, so we more or less have 6 squads we can easily drop. We have more helicopters than that. Not everyone is, no, they're all, some of them are armed. They're all armed. These just lost the shots because they moved. Probably. Fine. Still, we should have only 6 squads. So the M squad or platoon of helicopters does not have any infantry inside. Which means we could probably use them as spotters, if nothing else. We only need to bring close to the target. We need to more or less see what the enemy has in store for us. Where's the D leader? Now it can't assign artillery. Very well. Can you assign artillery? Not so sure about smoke anymore. But they might still have troops that will hold position, so who the hell knows. Some smoke landed. Not sure from what. I suppose the mortar. Yeah, one mortar fired. What else? What else? Well, it's not too bad. Yeah, that's actually a nice place to fire more smoke. Although I'm not sure if you have to fire more smoke there. Because there's a limited amount of smoke ammunition, right? Probably like 3 times. So there's no point spamming it with smoke right now. Okay, we can see quite a bit more now. See their mortars. Might be a good idea to try to go for the mortars with a squad of units. It's basically a single platoon of helicopters. The L squad. We have such a concentration of troops that yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Holy shit! Did not realize they were gonna come in every goddamn direction. How secure is our rear then? It is not at all. Shit. Right. Right. So what can we do about it? Just we have to do something about it now. We need to maybe drop most of the infantry and the helicopters here. Okay, this is our plan went to shit. We have engineers. The engineers seem to tell me that they might have bunkers. Shit. Right, there's not much to do here. We have to go on the offensive. That's 5 casualties on the squad and still a huge amount of infantry. If we can't stay here, we're just gonna be shot at. Crap. I'm expecting them not to come from the rear here because the mortar units are there, but south, north, west. don't really dare to drop troops here necessarily, but I have to drop troops somewhere. Holy assholes. Right, I can use this helicopter and the troop inside to hit with mortars. No one else has to come here. But it also gives us a good idea of the overall situation. Well, at least better. There's a wave of units coming from at least 3 areas, multiple waves. We cannot just leave things here. We need to drop troops now to counter them. Right, they're pretty much worthless on this turn. And once I did that, I also can't fire on this turn. I think it's more important for us to fire a little bit on these guys. And it is to drop troops. Or fire first, drop troops afterwards. Need to have enough time to get into the combat shape. Oh, this is bad. Well, I suppose it's the opposite of that. I mean, if I would have been totally oblivious about them, that would have been catastrophic. This is slightly bad, but I don't see how this is catastrophic in any way. We'll just drop troops into these areas to block them a little bit. We have to. It's a good rough patch here, which would be nice to defend if we could suppress these a little bit. I don't know if we can do it. Try we must. Fire on something. These guys won't be in firing range for a while. But there are probably more squads here that I can't see. I have to shoot these guys. They're not suppressed enough to run away too badly yet. Now I could use more infantry squads here. If they come through the jungle, there's not much I can do. Pretty much the first I'll see them is there when they're within firing distance. SMG squad. Wait. both product. Good enough. Don't fire until you get a target at a good range. Which this is not. Seriously, what exactly do you see? Pretty much nothing. That's better. It's probably this. No, this guy sees much better. Okay. The first initial bombardment should be landing now. I'm still gonna leave it to the helicopters and their crews to defend this. I know it's not a simple matter, but we're relying on the smoke to cover as the bombardments soften things. So most of the force directed has to go to the target. It's not like the helicopters are worthless by any means. They're gonna be a tough target for them to try to take out. Still, these two squads are not gonna be able to hold things. But we are going to have to do something. Okay, maybe someone should stay on the flag. Just saying. That's where most of the enemy pressure is going to build up to. Yeah, HQ. Not. Gonna lose the mortars if we don't do something. Yeah, we are pretty much surrounded here. There's no getting around that. Artillery is landing probably in a fairly good spot, so I don't know if we have to do anything about that. Mortars have to fire direct fire, I think, to save their own ass. I'm not sure about the additional smoke being needed necessary anymore. We'd at least shift it around a bit. Right. This HQ is basically dead if we stay here. See targets there, we can see probably targets south. Yeah, not sure if we should start with this. It's in a fairly good position. Yeah, heavy machine guns are probably a good unit to start with. And now you can't see them. Right, great. Can't see anyone. Can't see anyone, but we're not necessarily in a bad place. Just probably need to point our guns at a different location. Right. Mr. Yui, can you do anything useful? Yeah. I don't want to go particularly too close to them. The helicopters can get spooked fairly easily too. So if we could slew them down a little bit, I guess that would be pretty much most we can expect reasonably. We don't have a huge amount of shots, that's something to keep in mind. So we don't want to fire a massive amount of suppression fire like we do with something like an transport APC of some sort. They have a vastly superior amount of ammunition available than we than the helicopters. We need to get in close and get some results rather than just press. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. There was a mortar there, but for some reason we didn't see it initially. Hopefully you won't get killed because of it. It's right there, and it will shoot at us, so we're going sort of. We'll see. You see something. You Alright, we'll pin them down a little bit. Not gonna matter too much. Same thing with here. They're mostly sapper squads though, so I think their range is... No, they have assault rifles. So their range is perfectly fine. I was trying to pin them down. Ah, crap. This is my biggest worry. The group down south. There's way too many compared to the units I have available intercepting them. So it's gonna be a problem. We could try taking the hill quickly. I want to see if we can spot it, really. Don't really intend to end things in any way here. My interest would be to see what the hell are they gonna do. How does the AI react to that? Yeah, might have to shift some of this. Yeah, you probably can't land there. It's also a little bit too close. The rest is okay, I think. Okay. It'll force them to do something. As far as we know, the mission is at halfway point and they're losing. So we need to just hold our own for 4 turns. That doesn't sound too bad, at least. I mean, we don't have to even kill these troops, we just have to pin them down. 4 turns is all it takes, rather. Right, we cannot lose the HQ unit though. So if you could pull back, that'd be great. Okay, what are our options? A little bit closer, perhaps? This guy's in a too vulnerable position. I'll have to come back to him later. What about the engineers? You have a effective range of 4. Oh. I think these guys would be better off closer to the flags. They're excellent at close quarters combat. They will annihilate the target totally. Wait a minute. You can get access to the phantoms this way, but yeah, no idea how to get the aircraft to actually do something. Ew. Anyone coming next to the engineers will beat it. So the smoke in this case will not work in their favor. What are we gonna do? Go in the jungle and wait, I guess. Just block any path to our flag physically. I'm not sure I should care too much about these guys after they've been routed, because there's not enough time to recover from these type of things. Even if they can come back, there's really nothing to come back to. It'll take more or less the 4 turns just to reach my flag, so they'll have to be able to just push and push. If I can stop their push for a couple turns, that's basically it for them. We have enough soldiers on this side to get that done. Well, I'm assuming we do. Yeah, we can block everything. They'll have to come through full infantry squads to get anything done. It's doable, but it's not easy. You're gonna eat a lot of casualties, and that might not get you anywhere really. Are they coming here? I'd like to send more troops closer to the flags there. Not sure how far I should push them. I more or less have to support the guys taking the flags. I don't need to kill everything here. Same with you. I guess we'll hold for a while. But again, it's we don't have a huge amount of time left either. If they manage to take this, and we don't have any immediate troops there to retake it, it's over for us too. So it'll work both ways. Well, range of 12 isn't actually that bad. Take it. With any luck, we can do at least suppression fire. Pin. That's all we need. That's good enough. Retreating. Yeah, they can get within firing range, but they'll have to fire from quite a bit of distance. So our casualty should be at least manageable, if nothing else. Can't hit a guy in the Alright, you. Good position to fire on a lot of locations here. This is probably the best, because no one else is firing in this direction. And we definitely need heavy casualties on them. What exactly is your weaponry? Ah, you have a range 4. Right, you're an SMG squad. Shit. Okay. Bit of a failing there for me to take that into consideration. We can at least direct the mortar somewhere else, if nothing else. Okay, seriously, you must see something more. Nope. Fair enough. I need someone who can actually... Okay, I need kind of a decent artillery command units. Probably no. I need artillery somewhere here, but I also need it to be guided, so someone who can see something? No, this isn't too bad, I can shift it around a little bit. I don't see bombarding here making all that big of a difference. So we can at least cancel a couple of these. I'm firing smoke there. The smoke is probably warranted. Right. And we can shift this around, same with the mortars. Okay. Four turns to hold our ground. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, we definitely can't hold on the flag in front. Not without the helicopters coming to the support. They still achieve very little, and I think that's the more important, interesting part here. Right, we're gonna shift the artillery a little bit because I don't see it having much of a point here. Right. Do I want to continue bombarding these locations? I think yes. We'll actually shift them around a little bit. But more or less they're hitting just the right spots for us now. We have no infantry here. They have a swarm of infantry coming at us. So we could use the help. Where are you bombarding? Nowhere apparently. Has ammunition. Not sure why it's not firing. Okay. So helicopters still need to support this. There's no getting around that little fact. Nothing really happened with the mortar here. Excellent. This will ease my pain a little bit. Also, the casualties will have an overall effect on the army. Not sure it's that big of an effect, but it will have an effect. And we have another capture unit within striking distance of the flag, so that's not a terrible thing to have. Machine guns first. What exactly can we fire on? Pretty much anything will be a good target. One squad neutralized. Can't see shit. Shoot what we can. The pin squad will still provide fire support. Retreating is good enough, I suppose. Not that we can get anything better. Survivors disperse. Good. Okay, UEs it is. They're the least vulnerable to the crap we're gonna face here. What exactly can you even see? Nothing. And the HQ is here. We are going to be facing sapper squads and probably quite sizable ones too. Okay, I don't think the threat here is gone, but it's severely reduced. So south and the west are the places we need to focus on. Right. Same here. More or less we're just reinforcing the positions we already have. Not sure how long that'll work. You can have a lot of company very quickly here. Also, I should defend the mortars a little bit too. Again, we don't have a huge amount of turns left, so killing everything is not a goal here. It's just stalling them for 3 to 4 rounds. And we have enough ammunition for that, so I don't have to consider sparing ammunition in helicopters. Just fire as much as you can, that'll be good enough. Well, at least pin them down a little bit. Retreating, retreating, retreating routed. That won't last, but it's at least good for now. The UE will be forced to retreat if we do something with it now. We should still... crap. I don't want to move the helicopters away from here yet. Right, there could be still the units coming through the jungle here, so I'm not going to move these. Their presence there serves a valuable purpose. Holy crap. Actual proper suppression fire. Right. I don't think we, strictly speaking, need this squad to help here. And it's an SMG squad too. But it does no harm here really. It's with the... But does it serve a purpose? That's the more important question. Yeah, I think we would prefer it to be here. We might be better off saving our shots, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because there are new squads coming without a doubt, so we should have something in store for them. At the same time, we don't really have the luxury of just saving our shots either. Right, we can shoot at these locations, but we'll end up losing them anyway. What exactly can you see? The wrong type of things. That's an SMG squad. Even if it would spot something, it couldn't fire this far out, so I think we probably should make some moves. Rifle squad, on the other hand, could fire that far out. Single pin target. Within range. I think I'll hold my shots. Could shoot at those guys. Probably not a horrible idea, but we also have potential targets coming in within firing range soon, so I'm not sure if that's a good idea either. Right, who do you see? Someone not even close by. Right, not much we can really do. Maybe this UE, but two rifle squads within firing range nearby. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, two. Routed, ready, and ready. I think if we stay here, we're gonna just lose this anyway, so better to pull back early. Thanks for the smoke. Ooh, that's bad. Right, the UEs are not gonna be able to do much, but a little bit of suppression fire we are firing back is more important than trying to squeeze the attacking squads, or cause as many casualties as possible to attacking squads. Yeah, we lost everything here pretty much. So South is pretty much crumbling. The helicopters might be able to keep it together for a few turns. We'll see. Things are more or less landing where we want them to land. In every place too. Right, what do you see? Far away targets, no problem. Nothing useful. Well, we sort of have good firing lines on these. Not a good target to fire at, but it's the only one we can. I'm going to leave the helicopters for last this time. We need to do something hard hitting with them instead of the usual suppression. It's not good enough anymore. How about Mr. Engineer Squad? These could definitely move forward, but I don't think they should move first. Yeah, this was more or less a backup in case something still comes from the north, but it doesn't look like anything's coming from there. It's every other direction that's the problem. You're a passenger. There might still be something coming from the north, but there's definitely something coming from every other direction, so that takes precedent. Accident takes priority, rather. This is a fairly good spot. Also, there's so many squads that can fire upon it, so it's not a good place to start shooting with. And then ready. Other SMG squad. We are fairly well positioned here. There's about 3 to 4 SMG squads there, so if they come anywhere near that, they'll be totally annihilated fairly easily. At least a couple of squads, then basically nothing will happen after that still. Okay, that's suppressed. We don't have to fire more, we have to fire on something else. Can we fire on something else? Yeah, but we have to. Yeah, end the team shit. No targets. Really? Well, no targets, no targets. We could try to push forward, rather we must. Ah, shit. What to do with you? Yeah, this squad is still doing surprisingly well. Can't see much, but we can see now. I suppose same with this one. We can see something and we must move forward. There's no... otherwise we'll end up not getting all the flags anyway. Not many targets we can shoot at. Ooh, that's a good one. Right, that might have saved our ass here. Rather the flag. I don't know how many squads they have ready for action, but there's gonna be a limit to them. This isn't a great position. Probably shouldn't start firing with it. And when I say great, I do mean great this time. It's within close weapon range for a lot of squads. SMG squad. See, 3 targets that are nowhere near here. Actually, that one squad is. We definitely need to do something about these. The helicopters are in key position. And there were a couple of infantry squads that might be able to do something, but maybe not. With luck we can get someone to shoot smoke. The sapper squads are a bit of a problem. It's even with significant casualties, there's a massive amount of them. But if we can hold them back a little bit, that should be it. Fighters disperse. Right, now we're looking at the casualty figures we needed. They're definitely still pushing forward, but It'll take another 2 turns before they can even make an attempt on the flags, and they don't have that. We could try to do another drop on the flag. I'm sort of skeptical if that's a good idea though. I'll at least move closer. Okay. Don't need to necessarily fire on these. Fire on something, but I was hoping to cause more casualties. If they would have basically retained shots in this as backup, the thing I'm trying to do with the helicopters would not have been a good idea. I would have basically gone into the one distance where they would have a reasonable chance of at least driving away the helicopter, and if I lose control of it for even a turn, it'll basically fly away. This works well if they have nothing left, pretty much. Then this is a good idea to go next to them, fire with everything I have, and project. Okay, good enough. Yeah, they still have squads here, but they're in too bad conditions to be used as assault team. Hello, Mr. Rifle Squad. I was actually expecting more trouble here. Alright, we are retreating and routed units. We should try to get some of the rifle squads. One will be in good operational condition, but you can't assault with one squad. It just doesn't happen. Right. Now, what exactly are we gonna do? We had the opportunity to assault with the engineering squads, why I hold them back. Right, I'm hoping for smoke or total wipeouts. The smoke here works in my advantage. I think I had at least a squad or two that had the potential trying to do something useful. But they were in such a exposed position I didn't want to start firing at them. Firing with them, rather. This is not it. Now there's this. Yeah, there's probably like 2 squads. Okay, without a doubt there's gonna be more squads still coming after us. But for the most part, I think we'll be fine. Even if new squads come our way, there's just not enough time to do anything too interesting. Okay, there's one squad we still need to disable, and that's this one. Well, didn't do it, so that's gonna be a pain in the ass. So, I think we did well. I'd say we have victory pretty much secured at this point. Yeah, they can suppress us to some extent, but they don't have the numbers to push us back anymore. And they're losing entire squads when they come so close. Well, we're sort of losing too. Longer range fights, almost nothing happens in them. Now that's gonna hurt. Still full squads coming in. Ooh, that hurts. I think we're gonna just drop as much bombardment as we possibly can on these guys. Maybe push it back a little bit to not shoot our own guys, but there's a good chance there's still enemy squads in a fairly good condition even now behind these, so it's likely a fairly good place to fire at. Right. Right. Can you actually see someone? Possible, huh? SMG squads, the enemies are a bit too far away. Another SMG squad. Not sure if I should whip these guys a little bit or try to protect these flags. I'd say flag is probably the more sensible thing to focus on. We're at turn 7 in an 8 turn fight, so this isn't gonna last long no matter what the end result is. We need to focus on things happening around the flags. Within reason. Shit. How bad is it? Ooh, crap. It was just a pin squad. Somewhat damaged squad. So the damage to our squad wasn't that noticeable. Still, it's not exactly great for us either. Well, we have a command SMG squad protecting the flag. Taking it is not that easy anymore. We might have trouble from the north. Gotta cover it. You. I was hoping for smoke. Oh shit. I intended to pop smoke there, but I can't anymore. Okay. We might see someone. Nope. All the targets are so far that they're pretty much irrelevant. That won't do much, but it'll probably pin them down fairly nicely. Okay, at least you see someone. Somewhere. We have a target, and it might actually be worth shooting at. It's not really all that dangerous as far as attacking is concerned, but it also prevents us from going to the flag here. Right, what exactly do we want to achieve? Suppress the North Vietnamese coming our way. We're looking at a turn or two of extra time, that's it. Right, pinned and routed. They're not going to be able to do much. But I might be able to drop some kind of a unit on the flag still. Not now, the next turn. Same here. Time to try to get something done. There's no point holding back at this point. We can't basically secure our victory now. We cannot secure it. Now, they might have something that they can still throw my way, but it's going to be so insignificant that I don't think I care about it. Right. We can leave a couple of choppers here, but most probably should head for the flags. Routed and pinned. Pinned guy's a problem. Routed, not so much. Do we want to do something here? Yep. Stay with the flag. Nothing's secured yet. Might be a bit pinned down, but mostly things are looking fine here. HQ is doing fine. Everything's fine. Right. Maybe not great. but I think we have a good chance of holding our positions, keeping the flag. Yeah, suppression fire. Not enough to push us back. And the next turn is the last turn, so if we can get in. Oh, that's bad. If we can get in the helicopters a little bit, that's pretty much all they can possibly do. Yeah, there's no immediate threats here. There's like a couple of infantry rifle squads that are causing serious casualties, but nothing too alarming. I've got to shoot at something. In. Go after the rifle squad or defend the flag. There isn't all that much I can still do. I'll defend the flag. We'll shoot what we can shoot, but that's it. Also, artillery probably should not be landing anymore at this point. It has to be on the safe side. Yeah, they're not getting any more flags. Can't shoot at the squads I need to fire on. Well, I suppose the helicopters can do that. I'll need to make sure this is no longer. A retreat. Still pinned. Squad destroyed. Right. This will decide a lot. We get a good shot here, we are safe. Well, good enough, I suppose. Hunt down retreating enemies. With luck, we might spot if they have something in store still. But, not seeing anything. Ooh, it's a bit risky. I don't think I want to stay here. It's a sapper squad, so it requires quite close range to be able to do something. It has a suppression weapon, but it doesn't have a killing weapon at close range. or is that's my separate squads? Well, still, it is what it is. Yeah, a lot of squads. There's no way they're gonna make any kind of comeback out of this. Draw. At least they still have some units that they could potentially do something with. We could do something maybe with these. They've lost unit morale to the point that they couldn't get all their units to the fight anymore. You might think that looking at how much the helicopters can achieve in a scenario like this, it would be a great idea to rely much more heavily on them. But they don't have the capacity to take on large armies, even if everything goes your way. The ammunition simply isn't there. And these are pretty much just unarmored pieces of crap with a couple of machine guns strapped to them. So if the enemy has anything even half decent on their side that can threaten these, you can get rid of a lot of helicopters fairly easily. They're incredibly useful, but outside of a couple of maybe modern combat helicopters, they're very much glass cannons, and usually the cannon part is pretty weak too, compared to what other units of what you could get with the same amount of points spent. So it's not that easy of an option. The scenario just provides a fairly large amount of them. How much is their cost? Carry cost? What the hell? Only 18? It's fairly cheap. Cheaper than I expected. But this has a cost of 6. No one would take a UE though in a modern fight. It's maybe like a platoon or two of helicopters, so to the like a half a dozen at most of for troop movement. That's it. The combat helicopters on top of that couple, but that would be an investment that you can't afford to lose. You would not have the points to replenish those kinds of losses. So your best hope is to either use them where other units have fought you a safe passage there, or basically hope that they'll escape if they come under serious fire. Yeah, this is a decisive victory. They achieved nothing. You have won a decisive victory and suffered only minor losses. The enemy forces have played and you control the battlefield. Congratulations. If there is a mission where we can defend against helicopters, I want to take it. Even though we might terribly lose that mission, I'm not sure what the best tactics gameplay wise would be to take them on. Because very likely they'll spot you before you spot them, but not always. If you're hidden in a building, for example, the helicopter pretty much has to come to the next hex to spot you, and if you have your engagement range at 1, even if you could damage a helicopter at that range, but you could at least drive it away. They're very skittish about that. So, not a bad mission, but also nothing too amazing. I suppose the exceptional amount of helicopters we had in that mission, it's a big deal and a big advantage. I wouldn't want to take an assault mission at this point without having a helicopter. Basically because you can ignore the time considerations. Without the helicopters, you have to just push forward and hope you won't get even held back more than a turn or two. Otherwise, you just run out of time. With a helicopter or two, that all becomes irrelevant. It is a massive thing to if you want to go for a decisive victory or a victory of some sort in these missions. You can afford to fight no longer instead of just trying to push through by force, which usually just results in massive casualties and the assault faltering after a couple of turns of